Getting close to my old place. Hopefully the stash in my lab is still cold. This looks like the right spot. Nice polygons.
Hey folks, today I'll finally cover a game that has been recommended me many times, like 3 in total from memory. That's a lot. By user Mattiamangano6881, a nice guy who's been following this channel since the very beginning. That is Apocalypse, starring Bruce Willis in his best video game role. I'll tell you right away that this game is pure mayhem, full of non-stop action and tons of challenging platforming. Very old school, very punishing. In short, Apocalypse is set in a dystopian future, where religion has taken control of the world order and science. A sinister man known as the Reverend has won the people's favor, befriended the president, and condemned scientific progress as a tool of Satan, but ironically then used it for his own evil purposes. In the opening cutscene, we see the Reverend summoning the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse in order to destroy the world. At the same time, a scientist called Trey Kincaid is condemned to death for his researches on nanotechnology, thanks to which he later escapes his cell, armed with a powerful machine gun and a repertoire of badass lines. Best incipit ever. Apocalypse wastes no time with tutorials and throws the player straight into the action. The controls are very simple and make great use of the analog sticks. With the left stick we can move Trey in any direction, and with the right one we shoot wherever we want, even while running. It's all very fast and intuitive, and to jump we press R1, and believe me, there will be a lot of jumping. By pressing L1 we crouch and roll, but I used it very rarely, while with L2 we change the types of ammo. The machine gun has unlimited bullets by default, but we often find special ammunition like the pulse laser, the rip laser, particle beam, grenades, rockets, and the flamethrower. Just to look how enemies are reduced to crisps. Ludicrous. And finally, by pressing R2 we can detonate smart bombs, rare and limited special grenades that deal area of effect damage around Trey, killing all nearby enemies, but not bosses. See, at the end of almost every level there's a spectacular boss fight, like this thing at the end of the first. Bosses are not just banana sponges, they require some study of their patterns, and can also be multi-stage, with changes in their attacks and arena structure. I must say that I really enjoyed most of them. Apocalypse, however, is mostly a linear game, in which Trey must make his way through hordes of enemies, while avoiding their attacks, and overcome numerous obstacles, including various environmental hazards, even while performing difficult and often unnerving jumps between platforms. And throughout all this, he never shuts up.
Damn! I feel good! Oh, you want some too? Eat 'em up! That's it! I'm out of here! Oh, let's go! Kill 'em all, let Doc sort 'em out.
The fixed camera angle is not the biggest problem, but I'll admit that I've died a lot of stupid deaths due to poor visibility of where to land. See, you have to pay attention to Trey's shadow to better understand where you're landing, and then many sections of the game feel like a bullet hell. Even in the midst of boss battles, you may be required to jump, run, dodge, and shoot all at once. Oh, it's very chaotic, but in a good way. Besides, there are occasional simple puzzles that go beyond simply interacting with the switches. Like here, where to defeat these tanks we must destroy the columns on their sides. Or this part, where we must prevent the enemies from pressing the switch and resetting the opening gate. I found this little part rather infuriating. It's overall a fantastic old-school game, where the player can only save between levels, respawn at checkpoints and has a limited number of lives. At the same time, because of its brutality, it pissed me off many times, but I don't want to dismiss it because of its age and technical limitations, especially since Apocalypse is also graphically great. Okay, perhaps my experience on emulator with increased resolution and filters doesn't count that much, but I'm pretty sure that on the original hardware this was a great achievement, and, well, I do not rule out that it may have suffered from occasional FPS drops. Watching the stages change in real time with everything collapsing or exploding gives a great sense of chaos and spectacle. And look, the visual effects are amazing, and all the enemies and the bosses are well made as well. And to accompany it all, there's a powerful soundtrack that even boasts the presence of licensed songs. The game features Control by Poe, which is the battle theme of Plague, one of the main bosses. Then there are War by System of a Down, Stupid by Snot, Back on a Mission by Cirrus, and Accelerator by Gear Horror. In the city level, we can even see music videos of the songs being played on giant screens, and they can even change every time we re-enter the area. That's freaking neat. Anyway, I don't want problems with copyright claims, hence I'll not include them in the review. Sorry about that. The game lasts about 3 hours, and feels like a crazy old action flick, where our protagonist Trey journeys throughout a total of 11 levels, of which some are just boss arenas, but that's okay. The overall story is also pretty simple, with some nice plot twists here and there, and the ending, well, that reserves an unexpected surprise. All the key events are showed via dubbed CGI cutscenes that are very well rendered for its time. And there's even a making-of video of the game's early version, where the character interpreted by Bruce Willis was the player's sidekick, and not the protagonist. From what I understand, this was the first game to feature a fully digitally rendered actor, who also handled the motion capture and voice acting.
Petition 9982B, Kincaid Trey. You have persisted in the dangerous ways of the scientists in direct violation of the 12 recommendations of the Reverend. How would you plead?
I'm gonna stick my foot so far up your ass.
Guilty!
Over there. That little tube looks safe.
Trey Kincaid is still at large, heavily armed and extremely dangerous.
Okay,
Citizen of
plan B.
Babylon.
Larry! I thought you were dead! Oh yeah! I'm sorry we haven't hooked up lately, baby, but I've been playing dead.
I've missed you too much to be angry. My body becomes warm when I think of your flesh shredded
Oh,
and
baby,
devoured
not
by
you
my
too.
viruses.
And now I think there's nothing important left to say about Apocalypse. It's a classic that I'm glad to have discovered and played thanks to my fellow harvester, Mattia. If you have the chance, please play it. It's pretty short and very entertaining, but beware. It can also be very frustrating, especially the last levels. As always, a warm thanks to all viewers, and see you in the next entry.